Life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. The best response to criticism is to smile and forget. To be human is not a fact, but a task. The most common form of despair is not being who you are. The most painful state of being is remembering the future, particularly the one you'll never have. Knowledge is a wealth that cannot be stolen. Sleeping is the height of genius. Take away the paradox from the thinker, and you have a professor. The function of prayer is not to influence God, but rather to change the nature of the one who prays. People understand me so poorly that they don't even understand my complaint about them not understanding me. Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. The most painful state of being is remembering the future, particularly the one you'll never have. Face the facts of being what you are, for that is what changes what you are. If anyone on the verge of action should judge himself according to the outcome, he would never begin. It is so hard to believe, because it is so hard to obey. It is impossible to exist without passion. Happiness is the greatest hiding place for despair. It is very important in life to know when your cue comes. The task must be made difficult, for only the difficult inspires the noble-hearted. It belongs to the imperfection of everything human that man can only attain his desire by passing through its opposite. There are two ways to be fooled. One is to believe what isn't true, the other is to refuse to believe what is true. The most common form of despair is not being who you are. To be lost in spiritlessness is the most terrible thing of all. Faith is the highest passion in a human being. Many in every generation may not come that far, but none comes further. Whoever has learned to be anxious in the right way has learned the ultimate. Only the person who is essentially capable of remaining silent is capable of speaking essentially. People settle for a level of despair they can tolerate and call it happiness. It's better to get lost in the passion than to lose the passion. Life has its own hidden forces, which you can only discover by living. Nothing is as heady as the wine of possibility. To grumble about the world and its unhappiness is always easier than to beat one's breast and groan over oneself. He who loved himself became great in himself, and he who loved others became great through his devotion, but he who loved God became greater than all. I opened my eyes and saw the real world, and I began to laugh, and I haven't stopped since. Seducing a girl is no art, but it needs a stroke of good fortune to find one worth seducing. Faith begins precisely where thinking leaves off. What distinguishes all love from lust is the fact that it bears an impress of eternity. Our life always expresses the result of our dominant thoughts. Life has become a bitter drink to me, and yet it must be taken in drops, counted one by one. I have walked myself into my best thoughts, and I know of no thought so burdensome that one cannot walk away from it. The more a person limits himself, the more resourceful he becomes. If you don't have many friends, that means you have a lot of life experience. The reward of the good man is to be allowed to worship in truth. To stand on one leg and prove God's existence is a very different thing from going on one's knees and thanking Him. A man who cannot seduce men cannot save them either.